Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're gonna be talking about the other upcoming game from CD Projekt Red that we actually didn't discuss on the channel at all. And I've been getting some requests to make a video about it, like even today I actually got a job listing tip from one of my subscribers, which I'm going to talk about. But first off, what do we know about that game? Well, we know that by 2021 the studio is going to release another AAA game besides Cyberpunk 2077. We also know that the next game might be something new. By that I mean a different genre, something they haven't explored before and something we've never seen from CDPR before. As they said this, as far as the strategy of CD Projekt Capital Group for 2016 to 2021 is concerned, its plans to release the second AAA game by 2021 remain unchanged. We are currently focusing on the production and promotion of Cyberpunk, which makes sense, so we do not want to comment on further projects, which also makes sense. Now, just recently they've opened up their new studio in Wrocław. I hope I pronounced this right, even though I'm a Slav, Polish was never easy for me. So in the job listing, one of my viewers had sent me, again I am not sure when this came out, but they are looking for a lead game designer on their new project. As they say, in our newest location in Wrocław, you'd meet not only all the challenges and opportunities of a quickly expanding team, but also a very friendly atmosphere of a smaller studio with its own ambitious goals. And by this, it means they're working on something different, something that the main studio is not working on. The job description also says we are looking for a talented and experienced lead game designer who would help us guide the team and supervise the design of gameplay systems and, check this out, online mechanics within our games. And this sounds interesting because they have been hinting a lot about the multiplayer game they wanted to make, or at least a game that will have some form of co-op or multiplayer elements. Now, there has been a lot of discussions on if it's Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer segment, to which I say it's probably not, because Cyberpunk is coming out as a single player game only. They might add some form of multiplayer in the future, but it's probably going to be created by the same team, not the new studio. And trust me, no one else is going to make that multiplayer. They are never going to outsource this part of the game to a different studio, even though some people told me that if the main studio is developing Cyberpunk, that some third-party studio might develop the multiplayer, to which I say definitely not. If CDPR wants to make something, they will make it in-house. It's also probably not The Witcher, because they did get tired of that universe and they will release it, sometimes, but not yet. What CDPR is focusing on, in my opinion, is one single player game, which is Cyberpunk, and one multiplayer or co-op or whatever, but in my opinion it needs to have some sort of the online aspect of that multiplayer segment, because in the industry today, those games are really popular. Again, I'm not saying Battle Royale, don't expect that from CDPR. And you're probably wondering right now, why would CDPR go into multiplayer games? Shouldn't they stick to narrative-driven single-player games, because that's something it works? Are they going to become something else, a studio we don't want to see? Look, having a multiplayer game is good. It helps you monetize that content for a longer period of time, and people generally right now in today's world, in today's industry, prefer a lot of these multiplayer games. And it's up to developers and the publisher itself, the company, to decide how much greed they want. And CDPR is a company that doesn't put greed in front of people. They don't put money in front of their community. And for example, if you see Gwent, that game has microtransactions, but they are not mandatory, and at the same time they are not toxic. And I have no problems whatsoever in giving more money to a company that respects me. A company that doesn't, well, is not going to get a dime. So for that sake of the argument of why multiplayer, I say why not? If it's done properly by a normal, hardworking studio, it can be good. And of course, this project is going to be smaller than Cyberpunk. The team working on it is smaller. It makes sense that you have more teams working on more games, but one of them needs to be smaller. Even though they are expanding, they are still not that big. But generally, CDPR is focusing on releasing more games now. Keep in mind, if you want to expand the company, you need to have more content, you need to have more products. And I'm happy with that for as long as the studio maintains the quality of the games, which I believe they will, since their management has a clear goal of not becoming EA. And I'm really excited about their next game. I doubt we'll see anything on E3 this year. All of the focus will be on Cyberpunk, but you never know with them. There has also been a lot of discussion on what the next game is going to be. Is it going to be first person? Is it going to be third person? I honestly have no clue, but the game being a third-person game makes more sense because they have Cyberpunk, which is first-person, so if they want to create something new, like another RPG, it's probably going to be a different style, and as they said, it's going to be different genre, so it's not going to be connected with the games they released up until now, so that is yet open for discussion, and hopefully we're gonna get more info soon. But as I said, it's going to be some form of an RPG. They said bleeding edge, mature, role-playing games that focus on storytelling. So whatever it is, expect the game in that form. But until then, this is everything we have so far. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more CDPR news, and tell me down below what you think about this. Also follow me up on Twitter and Discord if you want to join an amazing community of people. As always, stay classy everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.